All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit bears witness that they're the children of Yahweh Shem Shai. And shalom to the real sisters out there. All right, today, you know, I wanna go in. Hey, I titled this live Il Finito, cause hey, we really at the end. You know, I gotta, I was watching these videos that got sent to me on on the on the Icon private chat, and hey, it's clear that we at that time. You have hold on. You have basically Esau against Esau, Egyptians against, which they're the modern day Egyptians. So you have Egyptians against Egyptians here in Babylon. You have you have you have a new bottleneck type situation, but except it's off the coast of LA. Millions of ships stranded out there on the coast. And you have you have that, and you have them talking about hyperinflation and shit. You have economists, that have predicted basically economic downturns before, predicted economic troubles before, and they predicting inflation and hyperinflation. Well, they say we in inflation. They say this country been through since the 1930s. Really, it's basically been on life support, but now it's been on life support, and these devils haven't been able to get it back, to where it was before, put life back in the economy, right? And now we're in inflation, and hyperinflation is coming soon. Hey, not to mention World War III. World War III. Fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna start off with what I found on Twitter. Another big shipping bottleneck strands millions of dollars in U.S. imports off the U.S. The California coast. Tens of thousands of containers are stuck offshore near Los Angeles, within sight of docks jammed with still more containers. And I actually got the article on it. And basically, yeah, you have tens of thousands of ships that's been waiting out there. Let me get into the article. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. About a third of U.S. container imports come through the neighboring ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, shown here in February 2020. A year later, the congested ports have dozens of ships anchored offshore waiting for dock space to open up. So they basically ran out of room. Let me get into this article. America's imports are stuck on ships floating just off LA. Tens of thousands of containers holding millions of dollars worth of goods are stuck offshore within sight of docks jammed with still more containers. The giant container ship that blocked the Suez Canal for 6 days was freed Monday, but another bottleneck in the supply chain remains, this one in Southern California. On Monday morning, 24 container ships with a combined maximum carrying capacity of nearly 10 times that of the newly freed ship were anchored off the coast, waiting for space at the ports of LA and Long Beach, according to Marine Exchange of Southern California, which keeps tabs on vessels and direct ship traffic. The ships are carrying tens of thousands of boxes, holding millions of dollars worth of washing machines, medical equipment, consumer electronics, and other of the goods that make up the global ocean trade. All of it idling in the waters, in sight of docks that are jammed with still more containers. One was in its 12th day of waiting, in the seemingly unending Kiwi, and the vessels keep coming. Backups started building late last year as retailers and manufacturers tried to rebuild inventories that were depleted in the early months of the COVID the COVID 1984 pandemic. A stark difference can be seen comparing the movements of container ships around the ports in February of 2020 with February 2021, according to location data from shipping tracker marine traffic. In February 2020, there is steady access to the docks with ships rarely anchoring offshore, and in February 2021, many ships anchor offshore as they wait in a queue for dock space. The two the two ports can together handle more than a third of U.S. container imports, and delays there are part of a global supply chain mess that continues even after the ships are unloaded. In January, more than a quarter of imported containers at those gateways had to wait more than 5 days for handling once they reached the dock, according to the Pacific Merchant Shipping Association. In June 2020, before the logjam, about 2% had to wait that long. So basically, you know, yeah, it's another traffic jam. Yeah, another traffic jam. This time off the coast of Babylon, off the coast of LA. U.S. imports from and it's all right. Yeah, it's medical supplies that's being delayed. It's washing machines is being delayed. Millions of dollars worth of it. Consumer electronics like cell phones and shit. Hey, those, yeah, probably electronic parts as well, like those chips that's needed for cell phones. I heard they actually said that there was a shortage on that. And other of the goods that make up global ocean trade, many other goods. Yeah. And let me just bring out more of the article. U.S. imports from international trading partners bring Slovakia picked up as coronavirus restrictions eased and demand rebounded in the summer of 2020. The U.S. imported a record 219.86 billion in goods in January of this year on a seasonally adjusted basis, about 9% higher than the year earlier. Quote unquote, under normal conditions, container ships rarely anchor, said Kip Ludick, executive director of the Marine Exchange of Southern California. On February 1st at noon, 400 were anchored offshore. The number has dipped since. A number of container ships at a berth loading or discharging containers fluctuated between roughly 10 and 20 throughout 2019 and into 2020, which is normal, according to Captain Ludick. It fluctuated between roughly 20 and 30 from late 2020 into March of this year. Quote unquote, the ports are setting records moving cargo, he said. Yo, so it went way up. The ships that are waiting at anchor and the ships that are at berth loading or discharging containers. It went up. And hey, the ships waiting at anchor went way up. And it's about 40. Before it was like, 10, 20, right? Now it's about 40, yeah. 20, 30. Yeah, it's about that much. Between 20 and 40. The sudden uptick in shipments last year after a lull in the spring and summer shocked and choked the goods movement system, Captain Ludick said. The extra ships arrived when the system was operating at reduced capacity and efficiency, a bottleneck partly due to transportation and logistic personnel being off the job because of COVID 1984 infections and exposure, he said. The ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach continue to work through the backlog as the number of ships arriving continues to rise. In February of this year, 177 container ships, more than 800 containers, and 20-foot equivalent units of TEUs arrived at the ports. That's 31% more ships and 91% more containers than the same month last year. Seaborne imports into the U.S. have been building for months, starting with the surge in shipments of container goods as far back as August, according to Chris Rogers, supply chain analyst at S&P Global Market Intelligence Panjiva. The goods which we have seen the fastest growing shipments are those that take up a lot of space on container ships relative to their value, with the result that the growth in volume of trade has been faster than the growth in value of trade, quote unquote, Mr. Rogers said. So basically, this pandemic, that Esau basically created, right? Esau basically, you because of this pandemic, right, and everything that came with it, the lockdowns, the all the restrictions that came with the pandemic, all these people that was off work because they were so called infected with the Rona. Now that had an effect on the economy. That caused basically them to operate at a lower efficiency, basically, less efficiently, because they had to deal with less cargo. Because they had to deal with less cargo Now they wasn't basically, so they was accustomed to less cargo, had less people there handling the cargo. So when all of a sudden shit started basically coming back to normal, and hey, they was even producing more to try to make up for all that lost inventory. When that started happening, basically it caused the jam because they wasn't able to process all that. So now there's a huge backlog of shit, you know, from way back when. It's a huge backlog of shit. And also something else, with what happened at the Suez Canal, that's gonna cause it to be even worse. That was an even worse traffic jam. So the supplies that eventually make their way over here, right? That's that's gonna it's gonna be bad. That's just gonna slow it down even more. You know, so people was thinking it was gonna be all good after the Suez Canal was cleared up, just like they thought it was gonna be all good after some of these states open up. Nah, this economy, the way it is, there's so many issues with it. There's so many issues with it that basically, basically beyond repair. There's so much damage to the economy, and y'all, y'all gonna, of course, to go back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because y'all keep thinking this is gonna be all right. Some shit happened, y'all like, oh fuck, and then whenever it calms down, you go back to your bullshit, and that's why y'all are gonna be taken by surprise. Y'all are gonna be taken by surprise. Hey, y'all get taken by surprise every time, and these events are gonna get more intense. These birth pains are gonna get more intense, and each time you're gonna be taken by surprise, because y'all don't think nothing of the last one. Y'all think, or even if it's a whole year, that's full of just shit going wrong. Y'all think that the next year would be better. And the Most High Yahweh is gonna show you that not the case. It's not the case. Babylon ain't gonna be healed. This place is through. You know. This is leading to Ecclesiastes, spoken of in Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Remember now verse 1, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, when the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Verse 2, while the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yep, that verse 3 right there, man. Verse 3 right there. Wow. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, they're trembling right now. Keepers of the house are shook. I, it's in the video that brother sent me. It goes into that. And the strong men shall bow themselves. What the strong men, the keepers of the house, right? Goes into that. And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So the grinders, they're gonna cease. They're not gonna be, basically, high in employment, right? High in employment from people being off because they thought they had the Rona is kind of what leading up to this, but this is gonna lead to, even more of that because there's a cost associated with fixing these problems. Costs that they have to pass down to their customers, and they can't. So that's gonna cause that's gonna cause these small businesses, small businesses that gotta buy from these larger businesses. These small businesses will go out of business from that as well. Yeah. And those that looked at out the windows be darkened. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You could see that. You could see that. The, the doors are going to be shut in the streets out here. Verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man go to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Yeah, because that all that that happening is gonna lead to mass death. Hold on. Verse 6, or the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitch be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. That just goes into the water, basically the water, the water supply being broken. That's what that goes into. Hold on. Hey, verse 7, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to Yahweh who gave it. I got other verses that I could bring out on this specifically. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the storehouses shall suddenly the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Why? Because they're not able to get these supplies because of the bottleneck. So we are at that time. We are at that time. I got a video which shows let me know if you hear the video. Yep. Um, Con, it's been through. We've been a life support. Con, con. Hey, they know. These devils know. Hey, this place is around. Hey, so basically, there you have it. This Edomite, keeper of the house, that predicted basically the .com bubble and shit like that. And everybody else was saying that shit. Well, basically, this same devil, is saying that basically, Babylon is in the biggest economic bubble ever, as well as Australia. They in the biggest, a lot of parts of the world too. Biggest bubble ever since the 1920s bubble, and that shit about to pop. And that's gonna hurt like it's gonna hurt like a bitch. Basically, is what he's saying. Basically, it's gonna be a big fall. It's gonna be a huge crash, and you know, which is gonna lead to that famine and shit. Hey, that lines up also with the Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. There you see it. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and one thing lead to another. Because this place is through, man. This place is through. That's what happened after the 30s, Great Depression. Which he says the global economy has never recovered from that. Basically it's on life support. It's on life support, and after this next great crash is through, it's basically over with. Which is it's gonna bring about. It's gonna bring a lot of a lot of chaos. Verse 23: And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Verse 24. Hey, let me look at that too. May line up with Revelation as well. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, trumpet basically mean a warning. It symbolizes a warning. Hold on. And when this shit actually go down, it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna cause great fear, great anxiety, and just chaos. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of Phaon shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You're gonna have you're gonna have people killing each other out here over bread, man, over food, which is when someone when people can't eat, like when people I'll put it this way, okay, when Gerald Salente, that other dude, that economist dude, when he said that basically when people they ain't got nothing to lose, they lose it. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's exactly what's gonna happen here. Yeah. Second Ezra verse chapter 15, verse verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So one of the reasons why there's going to be chaos is because there's going to be a lack of bread out here. There's going to be a famine. Because the food prices, all this shit. Hey, the oil prices are set to rise too. They already going up. So the oil price is going up. The oil price is going up. Hold on. The oil price is going up. The gas, Hey, so the gas prices, right? They're going up. Electricity prices are gonna go up. From the storms that hit Texas and other parts of the country, the ice storms. You know, they're gonna go through the roof. The so oil, electricity, all cause gas prices to rise, which is gonna be bad for food prices because the transportation cost is gonna go up. They're gonna pass that down to the customers. The yeah. Electricity prices going up, meaning upkeep in warehouses. The price of the cost of upkeep in warehouses, keeping the food fresh and shit is gonna go up, and they're gonna pass that shit down to the customers. And them shipping jams, man. They're gonna that's costing millions of dollars. Costs that they're gonna pass down to the customers, and even prices. I mean, okay, yeah. All that's gonna cause prices to rise. Oh, it's 44 minutes and 41 seconds. Was That's 144 backwards, and there's another four, but there's 144 backwards there. Call out y'all by shimmy outside. Hey, but not just that, the supply itself is strange. Hold on, huh? You have to remember all that damage that the storms did. Damage in Iowa, other parts of the Midwest maybe, but Iowa was hit pretty hard by them storms last year. Destroyed most of the crops. The snowstorm, the snowstorms that hit Texas and other parts of the South destroyed a lot of crops. The California wildfires destroyed a lot of crops. And you know, let me see if the tornado outbreaks in the South destroyed crops. Probably did. Them severe storms probably did. Just like the hurricanes that hit Louisiana, destroyed crops, destroyed livestock. So this is multiple blows to the economy. And after what happened to after what happened okay after what happened in Iowa, those workers they went home because the employers were requiring them to basically get so-called tested, aka the nose jab. Those Ishkarite workers, mainly Ishkarite workers, they went back home because of that shit. So all this, these are multiple blows, multiple body shots to the economy of Babylon and the world economy, which is based off Babylon, a lot of it. Based off because Babylon is that consumer nation. Like the top consumer nation. Well, there's others, but Babylon is up there. And yeah, I looked up Southern tornado outbreak. Let me look up crop damages. Yep, crop damage. How much did it cost? Uh, afflictions. And they keep having tornado outbreaks in the south too. That's an ongoing event. You have these, yeah, it's causing a lot of damage to the infrastructure. That's for sure. That's more cost. That's more cost to the system. That's more blows to the economy. Hold All right, so yeah, there's that. There's that. And just we're just starting spring, so it's gonna the tornado outbreak is like that. It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be a bad spring when it comes to that. It's like it was a hey, just like it was a that's some unnatural weather events, just like it was a bad winter when it came to the cold, when it came to snow. A bad spring when it comes to them tornadoes, when it comes to them severe storms. You know, you see the trend. You see the trend. The summer also probably gonna be hot as fuck, and the energy prices are already high as fuck. And now I'm gonna bring out a few verses, then move on that. Then just I'm gonna move on to the next subject. Basically, yeah, the next subject. Why this place is through. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Because that's speaking of the Jakes that live down there, because people down there, man, they love to eat unclean foods and shit, and oppress their own brother. They love to oppress their own brother because they live from a different side of town, different different hood, but also a lot, and it's really bad, down there. Like down here, this kind of the South too, is a lot of them oppress their own brother because they're from a different tribe and shit, or because of carnal you know outside appearances, basically. So that's why they getting judged. And also the heathen, those devils, those devils and heathens that oppress our people too. They're getting judged as well. It's this whole place, because these are more body shots to Babylon. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. Yahweh is slow to. Well, let me get it from. Yeah, verse 3, verse 2. Yahweh power is jealous, and Yahweh revengeth. Yahweh revengeth and is furious. Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserves wrath for his enemies. Verse 3, Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked, and in the storm and the clouds are the dust of his feet. I wonder if y'all can hear me, because it's barely any views on this live. I've been live for a while. Just saying, maybe y'all can't hear me or some shit. Either that or, oh no, I guess most people don't want to deal with having to watch a video, with a lot of interruptions. I guess you gotta come out and know what to say, on the video and stay on the subject. Otherwise, people won't be wanting to watch it. Still, still bringing out info. It's just not always gonna be like that. It's 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 40 something seconds. There's 144 there. Kala Yalba Shimi Shai. It ain't always gonna be. Ain't always gonna have the right words to express what I'm trying to say. Right away. You know, sometimes it do require patience. Not everybody have the right words. Not everybody speaks eloquently. There you go. Not much people have patience for people, even brothers that they don't speak eloquently. A lot of people don't have the patience for that. So that's probably it right there. Either that or Esau is hiding the views and just people viewing. And so this place, is beyond recovery. And the Most High Yahweh is the Most High Yahweh is putting his hands on this place and delivering even more body shots. Bringing this place to its knees. Because it's that time it's time for this place to go down. I'm gonna bring out Psalms 83, verse 14 verse 13. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind. Verse 14, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Verse 16, fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Verse 17, let them be confounded. And those that will seek his name that will actually seek his name will be the jakes that are scattered among these heathens. Verse 17, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish. And that's what's happening. This place, specifically is being put to shame. This place is being brought low, Babylon the Great being made to sit in the ash, to sit in the dust, right? Verse 18, that men may know that thou whose name alone is Yahweh, it's really Yahweh, not Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. Yeah, these heathens, they're getting humbled, and this is just the beginning. This place, especially is gonna be humbled greatly. It's gonna be Babylon is gonna be brought very low. The lowest of the low. It's gonna be made a desert, just a desert of pitch, a desert of burning pitch, and all the unclean animals, every hateful and unclean bird is gonna live here. All these other beasts, that unclean, they're gonna live here. But no people gonna live here. This place is gonna go from being the empire that, the whore that sits on the beast, the hammer of the whole earth. It's gonna go from that, it's gonna go from that golden cup in the Most High Yahweh's hand. It's gonna go from that to stubble, man. It's gonna go from that to a barren wasteland. That's what's gonna happen. Uninhabitable wasteland. And these devils know that. That's why they show that in their movies. In these apocalyptic movies, Babylon is always a desert. So they fucking know. They know that this place is through. But you Babylonians, You commoners, y'all don't really know. I mean, you can kind of feel it, which is why, but you don't know the gravity of it. You know this place is in trouble. You know this place is going down. It's not going up. It's like it's going down. It's on a downtrend. Y'all can see that. Like y'all can sense that, but y'all think that y'all can fix it still. Y'all think that it can be fixed still and it can be made right. You know, but hey, for that I have Jeremiah 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly, verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken. Verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in our iniquity. That's really a message to Yasharallah that the elect is going to receive. It's only they're meant to. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. Payback time. He will render unto her a recompense. Verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. So, yeah, Babylon has been that golden cup, right? Symbolized by the Statue of Liberty holding that cup. That's why Esau put that Statue of Liberty up, which, hey, that Statue of Liberty represents that whore, really. But, really Babylon is that golden cup in the Most High Yahweh's hand. They ain't do it all. They ain't do all this shit on their own. Esau's is proud as fuck, right? Esau is proud as fuck. He's the proudest. These devils are they're the proudest nation ever. But that pride is about to be brought low, like real low. Verse 8: Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. The Most High Yahweh is taunting this place. He's clowning on this place. Take balm for her pain. Hey, take balm for her pain. Pain is so be she may be healed. And in a way, them stimulus shots, that's what it is. In a way, to alleviate the pain of Babylon falling and shit. Like he basically the king of Babylon, aka the Caesar of this new Rome, right? The emperor, Esau, right? He's handing the people, he's giving the people bread and circuses. Basically to alleviate the pain. Take balm for her pain, for if so be she may be healed. But that's just treating the pain which is gonna come back. Because all those stimmies is like temporary shots of anesthesia that are gonna wear out. They do wear out. And it's becoming longer and longer between them shots of anesthesia. When them shots of anesthesia, when they wear out, you feel the pain again. And that's what happens. That's what happens, and that's all they're being able to do. If so she may be healed. She's not. It's becoming more apparent every day that this place is beyond repair. Verse 9: We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Let us go, forsake her, and let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reached unto heaven, is lifted up even to the skies. Now these heathens, they got these different countries that they can go to, that they control, right? Including these Edomites that come from these other countries, right? So-called European Edomites, so-called Russian Edomites, These Edomites even have their own countries that they control. I mean, of course, they're on the top. These Edomites and these heathens, they have countries that they could go back to. That they're the ones that run them countries, you know. But you Jakes, even you go back to your Northern Kingdom, right? Or you're a Benjamite or Levite, so-called Haitian. You're not gonna go back over there because those are where the curses are at, you know. And you got y'all actually came over here to escape the curses. So and our actual country, is the land in the land of Israel. It's occupied by our enemies, so we can't go back over there. So, really, our people, gotta come out of her spiritually. Just leave behind those ways of Babylon. There's really no physical way of getting out of this. There's no carnal way of getting out of this. You can't fix this place. This place is through. You can't follow a NFAC, not fucking round coalition, which I call them the always fucking around coalition. You could also call them the still fucking around coalition. Works too. They recommend that what they're calling for is basically a homeland for you Judites. About Northern Kingdom. I think they've said something about Northern Kingdom too. For you Jakes, right? In Texas. They're claiming Texas as basically the homeland for Jakes. Thinking that they're gonna be able to make that happen. Thinking that they're gonna be able to make that happen, which is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Esau is gonna bring down as much of you 2/3. Well, he's gonna bring up down as many with as possible with them, and 2/3 of y'all are joined unto this place. You're joined into this place. You're joined into this devil. So when he falls, y'all are gonna fall as well. You know. Well, the 1/3, they have the 1/3. They're not joined unto this devil. Joined unto Yahweh just through his son Yahweh. That's being the bride of Yahweh. That's the elect, the 1/3. So the elect are gonna be delivered from this place. They're gonna be able to come out of her, my people. But the 2/3 are still gonna be joined to this place. Our people have been integrated into a burning house, and 2/3 want to stay there. 2/3 are like 2/3 are they're through as well. It's El Finito for the 2/3 as well. It's 2/3. I named this live El Finito because basically means the end. Because this place is through. It's over. It's at its end. Esau is through. He's at his end. 2/3 are through. Heathens, of course, all of y'all are through. Y'all ain't never gonna have no power again. It's over for y'all. 1,000 years in chains. 1,000 years in the chain gang. Esau, the worst news for Esau. Damn devils are gonna be in the chain gang with y'all on death row too. So y'all are gonna get put to death after that. We have no more need for the wicked. And 2/3, y'all got bad news coming to y'all. Cause y'all gonna die a horrible, hellish death before you come back on the other side. Being in your right mind. You 2/3, y'all are through as well. Y'all are through as well. You know, y'all chose to join yourself. Well, you know, in the bigger, you know, in the great scheme of things, you know, y'all wasn't able to get this truth. But you know, yeah, you know, y'all joined to this place, so y'all going down with this place. You know, when the prophets the prophets been bringing out the truth day in, day out, you know, on the highways and online. And what did y'all do? Y'all disregarded what the prophets had to say. So y'all are through for that reason. You know, y'all got that death by pain coming. So, hey, that's how it played out. You know, that's how 2/3 of y'all gonna get taken out and made right, because you 2/3, you know, you actually gotta fucking die physically. Y'all actually gotta die physically to come back into the kingdom. Y'all are that far gone. You know, the prophets was out there for how long? Since late, since the late 60s, right? Since since the mid to late 60s, early 70s. Since what's his face? Since, you know, Abel Bivens, you know, Elijah. He basically yeah, Abel Bivens, aka Elijah, aka John the Baptist, since he basically made that way in this wilderness again. Prophets have been out there, but you know what have y'all done? Hey, just like Proverbs 20 on down says, Proverbs chapter 120 on down says. Hold on. Talking about you 230s, man. But let me go straight. Hey, yeah, Con. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna read on down. Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. Verse 21. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying. Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners love scorning. And the fool, delight in the scorning, same thing. And the fools hate knowledge. Verse 23, turn you at my reproof, behold. Yeah, like how long will you love simplicity? How long, how long will you basically, how long you gonna, be in that house of mirth? How long you gonna make that burning house? You're gonna stay in that burning house, Hey, that house of mirth is also a burning house. Like, how long y'all gonna stay in there? How long y'all gonna delight in your scorning, scoffing at his truth, and fools hate knowledge? Don't want to look nothing that we say up. Just want to carry on with your bullshit. How long? That's what the prophets have been saying. Verse 23, turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. But that's the prophets. That's wisdom been crying out in the chief place of concourse. What have y'all done? Verse 25, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. That's what y'all did. Y'all disregarded the prophets, even misused them. Verse and scoffed. Verse 25, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Y'all just be walking past camp. Majority of y'all just be walking past camp. Y'all make Y'all may take a quick glance, but y'all walk past. Majority of y'all just be walking past. Can't, scoffing even. Even if you don't scoff directly at us, you scoff behind our back. The Most High Yahweh hears you. So, because of that, because he didn't said none of the Most High Yahweh's counsel, you wouldn't hear him out. None of his reproof. But instead, wanted to, to keep on with your bullshit, right? Verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. You didn't want to get right. You didn't want to take heed. So, verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So the Most High Yahweh is going to literally laugh at you, two-third ass niggas, man. That love this place so much, that join this place, think you could save it. Thinking, just thinking it's not, America's not going to be destroyed. You could save it. You could save America. You could, you thinking you could heal Babylon and shit. Thinking you can, or thinking that, it's going to pass and Babylon's going to be all right. This is just a bad year. Once the pandemic is over, everything is going to be all right. Which is why you disregard this truth. No, y'all going to find out that, the pandemic was basically like the beginning of all this. And it's just going to get worse. It's been getting worse. Y'all going to find out how bad it's going to get. And the Most High Yahweh is going to be laughing at y'all, clowning. And through his prophets, really. Through his prophets. That's how you know he's going to be clowning. He speaks through his prophets. Those are his spokesmen on earth. They're going to be laughing, clowning on you. I will mock when your fear cometh. Yahweh desire one of those men. Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. So when your fear cometh as desolation, being made desolate, not being able to, famine, for example. Famine, not being able to eat for shit, not being able to find shit to eat except, actual shit would be, some of that. Yeah, actual shit, so that you'd be able to find to eat. And other people, that's a fearful thing, because it's eventually gonna get that bad. That's a fearful thing. Eventually, your own self. The scriptures, they get pretty graphic when they describe the famine that's coming. That's a fearful thing. That's a terrible thing. A famine that intense, but it's coming. And your destruction come with that whirlwind. What were we just talking about? These tornadoes, these whirlwinds hitting these different places. That's like an example of that, but it's not its total meaning. The destruction is going to come like that, like how a tornado, just tear through shit, real fast, come out of nowhere, tear through shit, tear through your crib, destroy it, wreck your shit. That, they'll come at night too, be them nighttime tornadoes, especially also in heavy rain too. It's raining hard as fuck. And it's late as night. Oh well, shit. Of course. And it's late as fuck, and it's dark as fuck out. Unless them tornadoes are real hard to make out. So that's like that thief in the night type. That's like a thief in the night type deal. Because you don't see a thief in the night coming. You don't know what direction this fucking tornado is coming from. So it's destruction coming as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, that's distress and anguish. Jacob's trouble, distress and anguish, whole lot of it. Verse 28, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Then that's when y'all gonna want to get right. Y'all gonna call on the Most High. Of course, you're gonna go off, call on the wrong name. Call him JC. You're gonna call on power, call on God. You're gonna call on JC, of course. JC Penny right now. It sound like JC, right, instead of his true name, Yahweh, the Lord's true name, Yahushai. Because that name, you're not gonna have it, because the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's a strong tower. You ain't gonna have it. Even your 2/3 fallout. Even you 2/3 fallouts, you know. Y'all, I mean, you Fallout boys, right? You Fallout boys and you Fallout girls that fell out this truth that are 7 times worse. Seven more demons, a complete amount. Y'all have them on you. Y'all probably forgot. Y'all ain't got y'all once knew the name. You're gonna stumble at it. You know. You 2/3 gonna be through in that day. Yeah, calling on the wrong names. You know why? Really, verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. See, y'all hated knowledge. They didn't choose, including the knowledge of the names, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. Hold on. Verse 30, they were none of my counsel. Hold on. They despised my reproof. right, shalom, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom, back. Verse 30, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Verse 31, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. So, that's what y'all gonna have to eat in that day. Verse 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because that ain't gonna fill you up, like that ain't gonna satisfy you. Eating your own, the fruit of your own way. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah to all the sincere Akim and Aqua out there tuning in. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna be back. I'm back. All right. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, that's all y'all gonna have to eat. And it ain't gonna fill you up. You eat the fruit of your own ways. For example, you eat you eat your words. You reap those fruits. They ain't gonna satisfy you. Your words ain't gonna satisfy you. Ain't gonna cure your hunger. So you're gonna be through. The prosperity that you have now is gonna destroy you. Verse 53, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Also, 1 minute 1 hour 40 seconds and 40 something seconds. Those 44 something seconds. Kala Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Kala Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakatah. It's just more signs. The light being sealed. That's that vibration in the air. Hey, more of the light is being sealed. Probably the 144K, they've probably been sealed. I wouldn't be surprised. And now the 1/3 are being sealed. All right, so hold on. Shalom, shalom. So now, move on to the next, Hey, let me bring out a precept that go with that. Proverbs 18:10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run it into it and is safe. So there you go. We're gonna, the elect, the 1/3, the 144K and the 1/3 are gonna call on that name and be saved. All right, moving on to the next subject that I'm gonna bring out. Hey, hey, more signs, we at Il Finito. We at the end. And one of them is, this place being divided, beyond beyond repair. Being you can't even get the two sides to reconcile. That's another sign of this place being through. Uh, It's yes, no, that's another sign of this place being through. Let me get these scriptures, the scriptures that back it up, and I also got a video that I got that basically shows you that, hey, you know, we had that, hey, like basically, I was 1 hour 44 minutes. Kala Yahba Shiri. I was sorry, it's 4 seconds when I was saying it. Turned to 4 seconds. Oh, 14 seconds. I looked up. Kala Yahba Shimi Al Shai. Looking for that one precept. Oh, 144:44. Kala Yahba Shimi Al Shai. Kala Yahba Shimi Al Shai by Shima Kakadash. Hold on. Hold on. Looking for that precept. Let me look it up. Mark 3:25. Maybe that's the one I'm looking for. Because I like the way it puts it here. And I think it's, the way it puts it, it fits with basically the subject of this video, Il Finito, the end. That's Mark. I'm gonna start at Mark chapter 3, verse 23. And he called them unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? Verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Verse 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but hath an end. And it was a reply to the Pharisees, talking about Yahushua was casting out demons in the name of Beelzebub, but it's true. And you see that with Babylon. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Satan is divided against himself. And you see it. You see it, Isaiah. Well, there's a verse in Jeremiah for that even. Hold on. Verse 26. Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor. Verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver every man his soul from the fierce anger of Yahweh. Verse 26. Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor that shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Part of that judgment, that judgment that Yahweh is gonna bring, that the Most High Yahweh is gonna bring on this place because of his fierce anger. He got the people. Ultimately, it's the Most High Yahweh got the people divided against each other. The ruler against ruler. You've seen that. I'm about to show y'all a video that shows y'all that ruler against ruler. That's also Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, because this is Sodom and Egypt all over again. This place is spiritually both Sodom and Egypt. So it applies here as well. Most High Yahweh is setting Egyptians against Egyptians. I got a video that one of the brothers put up. Maybe he may have been an elder. And that goes into that ruler against ruler, neighbor against neighbor, kingdom against kingdom. There's these states are like little kingdoms, like many kingdoms within a kingdom, or a queendom in this case. All right, so yeah, the elder from West Coast, Yahweh the West Coast, the elder, which I believe that's GMS and Durham branch. That's the same. That's the same elder Yakal. He. Hold on. I got my screen is frozen. I click out. He's right. He's right about yeah, he's right about that. When you see that divide, you see basically Florida, all these companies moving down to Florida, moving down to Texas, moving down to these different parts of the South, but especially Florida and Texas. You know, you see these Silicon Valley companies moving down to Texas. Elon Musk moving down to Texas. All these these Wall Street companies. His brother goes on to say these Wall Street companies, moving down to Florida. So it's like Florida is becoming like the Wall Street of the South, and Texas is becoming like the Silicon Valley of the South. Them two states. Texas was one of the first states. One of the first states, not the first, but one of them. One of the first states to open up, and to allow basically allow people to do shit without wearing masks, go in stores and shit. As long as I'll say this, as long as the stores allow it, that's all right. Basically made it up to businesses, and a few other southern states as well. Fucking insects, man. As well as Arizona, like the elder said. Let me look it up. Let me actually look it up. Yeah, the governor of Arizona. Hold on. Yeah, the governor of Arizona opened up their state 100%. Oh, but social distancing and mask requirements will still be and will be enforced. So, not all the way there. Not like not like what you call it, not like Mississippi and Texas and Florida. Mask not required, Arizona. Oh yeah, some businesses closed. Mask not required, Arizona. Arkansas businesses mostly open. Mask not required. Started March. Started March 30th. California, yeah, mask mandatory. So on the flip side, some businesses closed or advised to stay home. See, because it's a blue state. Mask mandatory. Some businesses closed. Connecticut, Delaware is still a blue state. Mask mandatory, advised to stay home, even though businesses mostly open. In Florida, businesses mostly open. Mask not required. Georgia, same shit. Masks not required, and business mostly open. Hawaii is going the other way. They're actually going to require a vaccine passport, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they can require that. Idaho, businesses mostly open, masks not required. Illinois, mask required, even though business is mostly open. Indiana still. All statewide mask mandate will be replaced with an advisory. Auto mask will still be required in state buildings, job sites, and K-12 schools. Iowa businesses mostly open. To see the trend, businesses mostly open in Kansas. Masks sometimes required, not all the way. It's up to counties. Mask mandatory in Kentucky, but business is mostly open by state. They have like a democratic. They have a democratic governor. Business is mostly open. Mask mandatory have a democratic governor. Yeah, the democratic states they have that, and then Larry Hogan, Republican, still have that mask mandatory, even though business is mostly open. There's some, but Maryland basically a blue state, except for the governor. So there's that divide there. There's that divide there. Yeah, Democrat states will have the mask mandatory, while the Republican states will have mask not required, and business is mostly open. So just more division. Egyptian versus Egyptian. There's a few more states that's gonna reopen. Yeah, and yeah, so you get the picture, it's a site, New York Times interactive map, states that have mask mandates and businesses required to be closed and states that don't. And you could see it there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop it because my phone running low. I ain't really got a charger. I don't know. I don't really got a charger. I don't got a charger freely available to me, so kind of gotta just damn. I have to wrap it up or just pause it for a little while. Come back later. But Esau is probably gonna wrap it up, so I'm gonna do part 2 later on. All right, Shalom. Hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but their spirit bears witness that they're the children of Yahweh Shem Shai. And shalom to the real sisters out there. Stay strong. We almost at the end. We almost had Il Finito. He that endure to the end shall be saved. Shalom, Esau, you're going down. You're through. Jacob got next, and Saint shall take the kingdom and keep it forever. Jacob got next and forever. So Esau, you heathens, you never come back in power. Esau, you're through, and through, all the way through, the most through. You know, and Jacob got next. Hey, Shalom, stay strong, Yasharala forever.